Well, we haven't done a cold start from the exhaust tailpipe end for a little while, so let's do that right now. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video here on Loud and Proud. So hope the Loud and Proud crowd is doing absolutely awesome. Today I just filmed the finishing up the valve springs, push rods, and head studs on the nasty red 12 valve, and I was gonna go and do the valve lash settings right after that in that video, but I decided to come in, take a break, uploaded that video, and now with the couple hours I have left in the day right now, I'm gonna go buy some feeler gauges, and then I'm gonna come back and do the valve lash on the nasty red 12 valve, and then hopefully after that we are able to start the truck up in the next video or two. So stay tuned, let's get to Menards. I got the little bro tagging along here. He just wants something to drink, like a little pop or something, so I'm just gonna buy him something. But anyways, guys, let's get to Menards and pick up those feeler gauges. We are back over in the garage with the nasty red 12 valve, which this truck is coming along very, very nicely. I did make a quick little run to Menards, and I ended up buying a few other items, not just the one that I thought I was gonna need for today, which are the feeler gauges. Okay, this is a feeler gauge, and basically it has measurements that I'm going to need to check my valve lash and the proper gaps for 1 through 6. And now the way that we're going to do this, and there's a few different methods. Okay, you can do the very difficult method, which is cranking over the engine from way back there and having to buy a special tool and all this other stuff, or you can just turn it through, you know, right here, which is the nut on the alternator. So what we're going to do is that method, because it's much simpler, and apparently it's still just as effective if you do it the right way. So what we're gonna do is slowly turn over the engine until basically we find TDC is what they call it, which is top dead center. I'll kind of go through and let you know the measurements as we go, and just kind of like the ones that it said to check. I think it was 10 thou and 20 thou. 20 thou was for your exhaust and 10 thou was for your intake. So that's what we're gonna do. I believe the first one, the front one, is intake, and the second one right here is technically your exhaust. So that's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna get to that right now, and I'll kind of let you know what I'm doing as we go. Okay, so here's what I've been trying to figure out, and it's not been making a lot of sense to me, and that's what top dead center is, how to find it, and what people are saying when they mean, you know, when one of these cylinders, the one that we are referring to right now is number 6, and what people are saying is when number 6, one is going up and one is going down at the same time, that means number 1 is at top dead center. Okay, now when they saying one is going up and one is going down at the same time, I believe they mean one of them is just starting to go down while one of them is just starting to go up, to where you can see that they're just starting to touch. I think that's what they mean. Now I could be wrong, I don't know for sure, but I have a feeling that's what they mean. So I'm just gonna adjust it according to that. I also kind of thought maybe it meant one is completely down and one is all the way up, but then, you know, it's just not, I don't know if that makes sense either. So I'm gonna go with the method of when they're both starting to move up and down at the same time on cylinder 6, then make the adjustments that I have to, and then do the same thing for number 1. Now number 1, when, you know, one is just starting to come up and one is just starting to go down at the same time, the valve springs, then do the other one. So that's what I'm gonna do. If this is wrong, please correct me in the comments to help me out, but I think this is the right way to do it. But if it's not, definitely help me out. And guys, by the way, when you're watching this video, if you're new here, do not take any of this as if I'm a diesel mechanic and I know my stuff 100%. I'm still in the learning process. Yes, I have 50,000 subscribers, but I've gained those subscribers through a learning curve, and not even, you know, as a profession or anything like that. So we're just gonna get through doing these. I believe that method, and then what we're gonna do is just make sure that I adjust them according to spec, if this is the correct way, But like I said, if it's not, definitely let me know so we can get that corrected before actually starting up the truck. Now, I believe the way you want to have this set up is by having the intake, which is the front one, set at 10 thou, and then you want the exhaust one, which is the second one, back at 20 thou. So that's the way we're going to set it up on this truck. And yeah, hopefully everything goes good, and by the end of the video, which is going to be going up tomorrow, I get some feedback letting me know that this is the correct way to do it. And if it's not, great, we get to do it a second time. But you know, it's happens, not the first time that's happened working on these trucks, especially when you are still just learning them. So anyways, that's the way we're going to set these. We're going to get through some of these, and when I believe they're all done, then we will go through and kind of let you know how that went. I believe I have completed setting my valve lash on all 6 cylinders. I did 20 thou on the exhaust and 10 thou on the intake. I did, and I went through the order that I found in a Cummins, actually almost like an online Cummins manual, it looked like, for these trucks. Basically what it said was, turn the engine over until one rocker arm on number 6 is starting to go up and one is starting to go down at the exact same time. In other words, I believe what they mean is not necessarily when one is pointing straight up or one is pointing straight down, is right when they touch to where you can see them just starting to move one way or the other. You see what I'm saying? So what I did is when this one was starting to go up and this one was just starting to go down on cylinder 1 as an example, then I knew that number 6 was top dead center up according to this form. You know, if this is wrong, then it's wrong and I'll just have to redo it. But according to that, that's what the way it sounded. And then of course for the same on 6, as soon as you saw 6, you know, the exhaust one starting to go down a little bit and the intake one starting to go up right as they were just starting to move, then you know, number 1 was supposedly on top dead center. Then there was a set that you were supposed to do in a certain order, and it said when number 1 was on top dead center, it said to do intake 1, 2, and 4, and then which would be the front one. So 1, 2, and 4, you know, on the intake ones. And then for exhaust, 1, 3, and 5 for the exhaust, which is the second one back. And then for number 6, when number 6 was top dead center, in other words, this one was just starting to go down and this was just starting to barely come up, 6 should have been on top dead center, according to this that I found, which is DodgeRam.org. When number 6 was top dead center, then it said to do intake, which would be the front one, 3, 5, 6, and then do exhaust 2, 4, and 6 at 20 thou. That's what I did. That's the way I followed that diagram. You know, like I said, it could be wrong. I looked all over the internet for like 2 hours trying to make sure I tried to get the right idea as much as I could, but of course the truck's not starting up right now. So you guys still have a chance to correct me if this is wrong. And like I've said so many times, I'm not a mechanic. I'm just a guy in the shop working on these trucks to the best of my ability, and I'm trying to learn as I go. And that's really one of the biggest reasons why I do this YouTube thing, is to help myself learn and to learn through you guys as well. I just kind of share, you know, what I've done right and what I've done wrong in the shop as well, so maybe it can help somebody else out. So anyways, that's what we did today. We set our valve lash. I think we did it correctly. I think we did. And then you want to torque all these down and then go back through and torque them again to just 18 foot-pounds. So nothing crazy, just 18 foot-pounds. Technically, guys, if we're being honest, if the valve lash has just been done correctly, which I really hope it has been, that means that our next step is just putting the new valve cover gaskets on, put the valve covers on. We are just going to hook up our fuel lines, the pusher, mega twin intake, seat the injectors, and before we fully crank them down, get ready to attempt starting the truck up. And I think we can do that all in one video. As of now, that is the next thing on the list to get done, is to get the truck up and running again. So I'm super excited. I know you guys are excited too. And yeah, so anyways, guys, that is probably going to put a wrap on this video. But guys, definitely go and pick up some Team LNP merch. We have belt buckles, we have hoodies, we have t-shirts, we have assorted different colors and stuff. Of course, we got safety green here. I love the new design of this. It looks cool. It's just clean cut. It looks fresh and good. And right now I'm doing a $500 cash or just kind of shopping spree, I guess you could say, giveaway on me. So Every $10 you go and you spend on my store right now, it's going to get you an automatic entry to win $500 if your name is drawn. And there's not a ton of people entered in on this one right now. I think a lot of people are kind of, you know, saving up, you know, for the truck giveaway, because everybody's like, I'm just going to save up and not buy my merch until, you know, truck giveaway, then I'm going to buy everything. So, you know, just, I think you guys should still, at least some of you, enter in on this one, because I'm basically just giving away $500 and not as many people are entering in on this particular giveaway, because they know the truck giveaway is so very close. So anyways, guys, I really think you guys should get in on this one. There's not a ton of people in. Think about it. With any luck, I could just be picking up your name out of that basket and you could be winning $500, and you only have to spend as little as 10 bucks. So just buying like a decal, that gets you entered to possibly win $500. So link in description if you guys want to help out, support in that manner, and possibly win some cash back for yourself. Definitely go check out the modification lists in the description below for the Nasty Red. We have all the mods that we have done on this truck in a modification list in the description below, as well as some things for the Super Duties and the dually build as well. So definitely go check that stuff out. If you guys did enjoy this video, share it with a friend. Definitely smash that like button. Let's get this video over 700 likes. I know we can do it. We've done it many, many times. Join the team, join the family, subscribe if you are new. Thanks so much for watching. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Doing what I love, going day to day, but I know it takes time and I'm patiently waiting. Sometimes I contemplate, cause one day you feel so close and the next is out of sight. But I know I gotta hold on tight to go back to just going out every night. Like if I'm about to let it go now, I can live alright, live a normal life, doing 9 to 5. But I know I'm more than that. I gained this skill, wasn't born with that. At the end of the life, it's a memory.